Hey everybody, Merry Christmas! I hope everyone's having a nice holiday, even a nice rest of this week into New Year's Eve and a whole new 2022 New Year. Well, I have another tape coming out about that year, possibly next week. But for now, this is your weekly forecast for Monday, December 27th through January 2nd, Sunday, okay? First of all, I'd like to thank my subscribers for continuing to support me and for always coming back and always leaving very nice comments. I really appreciate that, and liking and sharing this video. And if you're new to my channel, you may want to consider that. If you subscribe to my channel and click on the little notification bell, you'll be notified each time I upload something. Okay, so this is your weekly forecast, but I also do monthly, so you can check those out. You can also check out Ask Me a Question in the description box below. It's for people who aren't really interested in having their entire astrology chart done. They just have maybe one or two questions they would like to know about their chart. And there's also a link to my website where, excuse me, you can order some services, chart services, but I think I mentioned maybe about a month ago or whatever that some of my fees are going up, like as of January 1st, so you might want to go check out something there and get that now before that happens, before the fee is raised, okay? So anyways, for this week, okay, also please excuse me, but I have like really bad allergies this month, okay? And I'm in Pennsylvania, and it's usually snowing, so allergies aren't usually around or whatever, but it's kind of warm here. It keeps getting warm and then cold, and that's making my allergies kick up, and I know quite a lot of other people too. But anyway, for this week, the aspects are, okay, starting on, well, the 29th, okay, actually the 28th, but the 29th, I think it's at 4:10 a.m., 4 in the morning or whatever. Jupiter moves into Pisces, okay, on December 29th. Also on this day, Mercury in Capricorn conjuncts Venus in Capricorn, okay, and on Thursday, December 30th, Mars in Sagittarius sextiles Saturn in Aquarius, and on the same day, Mercury in Capricorn conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, and on Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn trines Uranus in Taurus. And on Sunday, January 2nd, Mercury moves into Aquarius. Okay, so we have this conjunction again. Remember, the first conjunction of Venus conjunct Pluto occurs today. I'm sorry, the second one. The first one, I believe, was the 11th, December 11th. And here it is again today, okay? Venus conjunct Pluto. And now we have Mercury in Capricorn, and let's see here, for Aries, okay? So on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 10th house conjuncts Venus, also transiting in your 10th house, okay? And on the next day, the 30th, Mercury again in Capricorn in your 10th house conjuncts Pluto, also transiting in your 10th house of your career and your outer persona, your public persona, how people know you by reputation, personally and professionally. Okay, it's how people view you and speak about you publicly. And obviously they're really saying quite a lot here. If you were running for office right now, I mean, you'd be like a winner. You wouldn't even have to guess at it. You would win hands down just because you are very, very popular right now. People are interested in you. It could be for your career. It could be you personally, though, too. You know, you've had the planet Pluto in this area since, I don't know, what was it, 2009 or something or other. I forget when Pluto first moved into Capricorn, but a long time, a very long time. Okay, so it has changed. You've either changed your line of work. You do something completely different or slightly different than what you used to do for a living. Even if you're retired, there is still something that you are doing that you're being known for, okay? But, you know, this Mercury conjunct Venus is someone like talking very nicely about you, saying nice things about you. This could even be on, let's say, like social media, if you're not a celebrity or celebrity type person, or anyone that would need to be quoted, let's say like in a newspaper, online newspaper or something, or even regular print. It would just be people discussing you possibly publicly in a public forum like social media and saying very, very nice things about you. And again, with the Mercury conjunct Pluto the next day, it's the same thing, only they're kind of like pointing out what a good leader you are, all these wonderful traits that you have about you that are really good for any kind of profession that takes, let's say, guts or strength, or not just know-how, you know what I mean? It's there's like something about your personality that's very strong. Okay, Aries are the warriors of the Zodiac, more or less. Most of the fire signs are, but Aries the rollers, and you know, Capricorns are like executives and generals, okay, in the army. But anyways, on Thursday the 30th, okay, aside from those two transits in your 10th house, Mars in Sagittarius in your 9th house, sextile Saturn transiting in your 11th house of Aquarius. So, since Mars has moved into your 9th house, I'd have to say you're having an awful lot of communications with people who live at a distance or even in another country. This is a big communication and media house, okay, but communication and travel. If you were able to travel, maybe you are for the holidays. This could be like the first time you've done that in a while. Just having Mars here maybe gave you, you know, you decided to actually do something like that. Maybe your plans weren't there to begin with, but when Mars moved into this area, like on the 13th, you might have decided to take a little trip somewhere. Hopefully it was like a drive or something like that, a land, you know, by land, because it looks like a lot of the airports are canceling their flights now, so there's a lot of people stuck right now again. It's really hard to travel this time of year, but this could be to, you know, with the sextile to your 11th house of friends and associates, acquaintances, any kind of organization that you belong to, where you would normally go to hang out. So you could have been actually just driving or traveling nearby to hang out with friends, or you had some kind of plans. It could be to visit like relatives or whatever, but it could be some kind of get-together for friends. Or if there is an organization that you belong to, maybe this was their like Christmas party or something like that, or whatever. It could, you know, the parties can happen after the actual date, okay, of Christmas. A holiday party, let's put it that way. And on Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 10th house trines Uranus transiting in your 2nd house of Taurus. So your 2nd house is how you earn your money. It's earned income, and your 10th house being, you know, your career and your job, more or less, okay? With all these planets here right now, especially Venus going to be here up until March, so you're getting great reviews no matter where you are on the job, okay? Obviously, there's something going on here where I do believe you have a promotion or at least an increase in pay in some way or other. You have negotiated something like this, possibly. Maybe you have already done that, but now it's like going into effect now that planets have moved into Capricorn and into January. Okay. For Taurus on let's see here, Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 9th house conjuncts Venus, also in Capricorn in your 9th house. And on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury again in Capricorn in your 9th house also conjuncts Pluto in your 9th house, okay? Excuse me. So the 9th house is the house of higher knowledge, travel, long-distance travel and communications. It's publishing and media. It's languages, foreign anything, people who live in another country or come from a completely different background than yours. You know, Pluto's been here for a really long time, so you may have been in contact with people who are very different than you in some way or other. Even if you are in your own country, you may be dealing with people from a different culture. Like since Pluto even entered this area of your chart, this is also, again, like the house of higher learning, and it's also the house of legal matters. But I really don't see anything like that going on here right now. Mercury conjunct Venus on Wednesday there, to me, sounds like a really nice communication coming from a distance, possibly from someone who lives in another country. It could be verbal or written, or, you know, email, something like that. It could be regular postal mail, but it looks like maybe email or text message, something or other. But it's a very pleasant kind of conversation. You're not in the mood to talk about anything right now that's a little bit serious. You know, your conversations are like revolving around lighthearted subjects, okay? Because this is... The 9th house is also your opinions and your religious beliefs, even your spirituality, but your opinions and how you feel about a lot of things. So you're maybe just trying to mingle with people, and you keep it, you stay away from taboo subjects. Okay, with a Mercury conjunct Pluto in your 9th house, there could be an ongoing possible issue with someone where Pluto transits, it brings power either to you or to the people that you deal with in this area of your life. Okay, sometimes you may feel powerless, you know, but to me it looks like somebody has been trying to change your point of view in regards to anything. Could be anything. But again, like I said, this is your house of your opinions even, and your philosophy on life. So someone could be trying to influence you there a little bit, you know, but it's not like a very big deal. On the very same day, on the 30th, you have Mars in Sagittarius in your 8th house, sextile Saturn transiting in your 10th house of Aquarius. So it could even be something dealing with that. Like your 8th house is passive money coming to you through means other than earning it. It's also jointly held property. And things that you own with someone else, but also shared debt, okay? Having Mars here, though, you know, with a nice sextile to Saturn in your 10th house of your career, I would have to say that maybe you are getting some kind or are negotiating, possibly, let's say, like for the new year, when everybody starts like the new year, they want something different in their life, especially like in their job. So maybe you're negotiating some kind of new perks, could be health insurance or some kind of insurance policy or whatever, or access to something that the company owns. It could even be company credit cards or vehicle, something like that. But you know, you're with Mars here, it does make you a little bit of a get goer. Is that a word? Makes you really go after something that belongs to you, that you feel that you should have. Okay, so it could even be about money, you know, just money, period, that should have be in your hands here. It could be an insurance settlement or payout, legal settlement or payout, refund of any kind, even winnings, some kind of winnings like a prize or something. But it's credit card and bank refunds and whatever. But it's whatever it is helping you in your status on the job, in your career, or even in your personal life. But it's doing something for your outer persona, your public persona. Okay, on Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your ninth house trines Uranus transiting in your first house of Taurus. So you're having a really nice kind of like pat on the back, or somebody putting in a good word for you, or even putting it in print, possibly online in a newspaper, or some kind of post. Could be maybe, you know, putting in a good word for you on some employment website or something like that, and giving you a really high rating. But whatever is going on right now in your public life, or your career, is really enhancing your personality. It's making you feel like pride. You know, you have pride in whatever it is that you do, or however you are known by reputation, even just personal reputation. You feel like you know, people really respect you. Okay, for Gemini, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 8th house conjuncts Venus, also in your 8th house in Capricorn. And on Thursday, December 30th, Mercury again in Capricorn in your 8th house, also conjuncts Pluto in your 8th house right now. So there's a lot going on here in your 8th house of other people's money and resources. And this is the house of inheritances and legacies. Okay, Pluto is like the natural ruler of this 8th house. Pluto and Mars, because the 8th house is actually ruled by Scorpio, and those are Scorpio's ruling planets. So this is the house of death and rebirth, okay, regeneration. So as long as Pluto has been here, there may have been something like that going on in your life, or you may have had some loss of some kind, possibly death, you know, around you, from, you know, friends or family or something like that over the years. But you should be on the benefiting end of a legacy or inheritance in some way or other, okay? Also, though, with these conjunctions, having Venus here, as long as it's going to be, and Pluto, that brings about a lot of power to do things, make kinds of changes, even if they're kind of, I don't want to say invisible. There's like, or sly even, but it's just that they're happening in such a gradual way that, you know, over the years you haven't noticed how much something has changed, unless you were to compare yourself with how you were, let's say, how many years ago. Okay, so that's something like a continuing theme here for you. I would have to say, though, that you're on the receiving end of a really nice gift of some kind. It could be an insurance payout, a legal settlement. That's what 8th house is. It's money coming to you through means other than earning it. So I would have to say you would inherit it, or there was just money owed you. You know what I mean? Like a refund, or a settlement of some kind, insurance or legal. Okay, because on the same day, on the 30th, Mars in Sagittarius in your 7th house, sextiles Saturn transiting in your 9th house of Aquarius. Okay, and your 9th house is legal matters. Having Saturn here, you know, Jupiter was still here. It just moved on that, you know, the 29th moved into Pisces, into your 10th house, and now there's just Saturn in your 9th house. And a lot of times this is either being part of a legal lawsuit or something like that, or bringing one about yourself, you know, filing one yourself, or just legal matters in general. And it could be tied up with property that you own with someone else. Okay, it could be a family member, a friend, could be a spouse. Okay, because 8th house is jointly held property, but it's also jointly held debt too. So you may be trying to figure out who owns what and who owes what. But this Mars sextile to Saturn is really going to help you. Mars in your 7th house of close relationships, and directly across from many planets that you have in Gemini, makes people very aggressive towards you right now. You know Sagittarius is your opposite sign, and Mars is the planet of like aggression. It does really well, though, when you really need it. You know what I mean? You may need to be aggressive right back with someone who is, this could be a business partner, a romantic partner, or even a close friend that is possibly trying to get you to go along with, I don't know, a new contract, let's say, as far as business goes, you know, a new way of handling the business, or doing something differently, or if it's romantic, they could want you to, I don't know, do whatever, but it could be just someone really trying to talk you into maybe even possibly sharing whatever it is that you have. You know what I mean? We're back to this 8th house here again. So they could be trying to get at something that you own. Okay, on Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 8th house trines Uranus, transiting in your 12th house of Taurus. And I'm going to mention this again because I've mentioned this quite a few times, okay? Because you have Uranus in your 12th house of secrets and behind the scenes actions taken by you or someone else. And you've got these planets in your 8th house of money and resources, other people's money and resources, and inheritance. Okay, so I think I've said in the past that you have either received money, you're being named as an executor in someone's will, or you're just being named in someone's will, period. But at this time, though, you could be on the receiving end of some kind of legacy or money, okay, that you are more than likely going to keep a secret, because people may know that you're going to get this money, right? So they may have plans for it, for you. You know, all of a sudden you're very popular. Okay, so, or even like creditors could come at you, or anyone that knows that you're on the receiving end of something like money. It could be property, though, too. It doesn't even have to be money. But it's just a good idea to keep it a secret. Okay, for Cancer, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 7th house conjuncts Venus, also in your 7th house in Capricorn. And on Thursday, December 30th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 7th house conjuncts Pluto, also in your 7th house of Capricorn. So there's all these planets now in Capricorn in your 7th house of your close relationships and partnerships. And this is business or romantic partnership. It could be a close friend. This is also the house of open enemies and competition, okay, among other things. This is the house of contracts, too. So you could have this Mercury conjunct Venus. Remember, Venus is going to be in this area up until March, and it will be conjunct Pluto pretty much like the whole time. It will be exact. One more time, I think it's at the beginning of March. But anyways, it was just exact on Christmas, today, the 25th. So this is a conversation, usually with one of these close friends, who, you know, it's a very nice conversation. In fact, you and this other person or whatever are trying to avoid any kind of serious topics of conversation, trying to keep it real nice, light, and airy. On the next day, though, this Mercury conjunct Pluto is someone trying to convince you of something, trying to get you to change your mind about something or agree to something or other. It could also be you doing this, the one, you know, trying to convince someone else. So it's just something to keep in mind. You know, Mars is going to be moving in here after Mars leaves Sagittarius like next month, so you'll have to deal with a little bit more aggression then. But right now, you have enough going on here where you know, things are changing. If you want to change anything, actually, right now in any kind of close relationship, this would be like the time to do it. Because also on the 30th, Mars in Sagittarius in your 6th house, sextiles Saturn, transiting in your 8th house of Aquarius. So your sixth house is the kind of work that you do. It's your co-workers, the workplace, period. It's also your house of health. It's your house of service to others. Okay, but I would have to say, like right now, as far as, let's say, close relationships go, and Mars in your sixth house, I would have to say maybe the partnership that's being talked about here is business, and this is in regards to your co-workers or a boss or the company even that you work for. You know, having Mars here right now makes you a little bit more you're like more active, okay, in changing something or other that's going on at work, okay, in the workplace, or I don't know, behavior even from a coworker or your work schedule, anything, something like that. So, and this is helping you, like your eighth house is other people's resources and money. So maybe you are negotiating or getting, just because you're speaking up, better benefits, especially like insurance. Okay, this is eighth house is insurance and taxes and stuff like that. But it's passive money or resources. So this is a time where maybe you are actually, like I said, negotiating something like that at work, or if you don't work at all, there could be, this being the house of service, there could be something that you do in order to help someone else. It's usually a 50-50 thing. They need help in some area or other, like a favor even. So you do something for them and they do something for you, and you both benefit. So it could be something like this. If you don't have that kind of arrangement with anyone right now, somebody may want to try doing something like that with you. Okay, arranging, you know, for you to help them in some way, and maybe that you're going to benefit either monetarily or something that they give you. Okay. On Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 7th house trines Uranus, transiting in your 11th house of Taurus. So this is a very nice, like, aspect from your 7th house of close relationships to your 11th house of your group of friends and acquaintances, and where you would normally hang out. It's any kind of organization that you belong to. Your like current close relationship, let's say like with a friend or a romantic partner, maybe introducing you to some new organization, even taking you somewhere to meet people, and vice versa. You may be the one taking them to go visit or finally meet like your group of friends, or go to some new place possibly, or even a place that you haven't been to for a very long time. But your partner or your close friends right now are benefiting you in some way or other when it comes to like your social life. Even the 11th house is also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. So your close relationships, or one of these partnerships or whatever, could even be helping you do something like that, like reach some kind of goal. Okay, for Leo, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 6th house conjuncts Venus, also in Capricorn in your 6th house. And on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 6th house conjuncts Pluto, also in Capricorn in your 6th house. So, okay, so your 6th house is the house of the kind of work that you do, your work schedule, your co-workers. You know, it's, well, it's your work, the workplace even. Either you're working at home or you're actually physically there in a building or something or other. This is also the house of health and the house of service, among many other things. Okay, but it's like your daily life, in a way like your daily schedule, okay? But having Pluto here for as long as it has been, and all the other planets that have just transited here, like Jupiter and Saturn, okay, you know, a lot of changes went on in the workplace or whatever it is that you do for a living, okay, because you currently also have the planet Uranus in Taurus in your 10th house of your career, which brings an awful lot of changes to your career. In fact, like a complete opposite of whatever it is that you do for a living. You may be doing something totally unrelated to whatever it was you used to do as far as earning money, okay? If you're retired or you just don't work at all, there's always some kind of income. You know, you have to have income somewhere or other to live off of, right? So I would have to say, as far as your health is actually improving, it was probably a long, drawn-out process, whatever. A lot of times, especially with Saturn here, you are... work really does make you sick, literally. Okay, the workplace, there could have been something there that was making you ill. Like the air, you were breathing in some kind of chemicals, or there's chemicals in the carpet, or a faulty air conditioning and heating unit. All kinds of stuff, okay? Or, you know, you had some kind of, like, illness that just dragged on. And it's not that it's completely gone. It could be, it should be, would be nice, right? But things aren't, like, I want to say they're not as bad as they were as far as your health goes, but you are coming along is what it is you're improving. You've either had, you know, some kind of, I don't know, procedure done or new medication or something or other, but you're improving as far as your health goes, okay? Now, as far as this being the service to others, okay, this is what I call a 50-50 thing, and it's when someone needs your help, okay? So they want you to do something for them, but in order for you to do this for them, they're going to offer to do something for you, okay? So you both benefit in some way or other. So this could be one of those times where one of those arrangements is presented to you, or you present it to someone else. You know, maybe you need help with something, and you're like making some kind of arrangement or agreement, okay? Now, if this is back to the workplace again, okay, the Mercury conjunct Venus is a lighthearted conversation, more or less. It's not really wanting to discuss anything too serious, okay? So that occurs on the 29th, but the next day on Thursday, we've got Mercury conjunct Pluto in the same area in your 6th house, and this is someone trying to convince you of something, someone trying to get you to think a certain way, to change your mind or influence you in some way or other. And this would be about work, a co-worker, your company, something or other. Okay, so it's just something to keep in mind, that there's someone possibly trying to get you to think their way, or go on their side, you know, be in their corner or something, or back them up, okay? Doesn't necessarily mean that you should, right? Okay, but on the same day, on the 30th, Mars in Sagittarius, sorry, in your 5th house, 6th house, Saturn transiting in your 7th house of Aquarius. So now you just have Saturn in your 7th house. Okay, Jupiter moved from Aquarius into Pisces on Wednesday, this past Wednesday, okay? So now you just have Saturn here, and this sextile from your 5th house of romance, okay? And creativity, though, it's collaborations of any kind. Maybe you are collaborating with someone, and that's what this sextile is to your 7th house of partnerships. It doesn't always have to be romantic. Mars really helps, though, in getting to the bottom of something or other. You know, if you had some kind of action you wanted to take as far as a collaboration goes, I'm pretty sure you will do it at this time. You know, you'll check with whoever you're collaborating with to see what they think about it. But you're more than likely going to want whatever it is that your contribution is to whatever, it's a creative thing, a writing, creative writing, or music or something or other, a play, anything. But if it is romance, it's the same thing. You have, you're speaking up, you're voicing your opinion on, how you would like your relationship to go. Maybe there's something that you might want to change even just slightly, but this transit though usually brings about like a good solid feeling about your relationship with someone else. Okay, could be a business partner, romantic partner, or close friends. So it's like at this time you just like really appreciate them for being a nice, normal, stable person, probably one of the few in your life, right? Anyway, on Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 6th house trines Uranus, transiting in your 10th house of Taurus. So we're back to, again, the workplace and your career. So I would have to say that something is going on here. You're being given an awful lot of power, possibly, to change a lot of things, the way work's done, even have say in who's hired and who's fired, something weird like that. Okay, but that's kind of like what's going on right now, is your work is in enhancing your career reputation, your professional reputation, and even your personal reputation. Okay, for Virgo, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 5th house conjuncts Venus, also in Capricorn in your 5th house. And on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 5th house conjuncts Pluto, also in Capricorn in your 5th house. So you have a lot going on here those 2 days with this Mercury conjuncting Venus and then Pluto. In your 5th house of romance and creativity and fun, speculation and gambling, anything to do with children, entertainment of any kind, games and sports, so I would have to say, Venus is going to be conjunct Pluto a very long time. I did a special video on that, so you may want to listen to that. Venus conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. Okay, so that is going to be in effect up until March. So we'll say, romance. Okay, something possibly going on in a romance. Also for creativity, there's, it could be the beginning, the start of something with someone right now. But first of all, Mercury conjunct Venus means doing something that's fun. I would have to say that maybe you have traveled possibly to some place nearby, like a little day trip, or gone to something for like a leisure stroll, even if it's through like a museum or an art gallery or something like that on this day. But or just meeting for lunch or something with a friend, or even if it is like a romantic date, but it's something very nice and pleasant. Okay, now on Thursday, the 30th, with Mercury conjunct Pluto, this is usually someone trying to convince you of something, okay? They could be trying to talk you into doing something even. Maybe you have the ability to, you have the power, to bring something about, and maybe you never thought about it before. Maybe you weren't going to, I don't know, throw your weight around or whatever, and get something done, okay, that this person possibly feels that you can do. This could be like in something like a creative project or some form of amusement, even if it's like you getting tickets for, something that's like a pretty big deal. But also, this is, again, someone trying to get you to change your mind or to talk you into doing something, or believing something that they're telling you. Okay, on the same day, Mars in Sagittarius in your 4th house, 6th house, Saturn transiting in your 6th house of Aquarius. So We've got Mars in your 4th house of your home, in your home life, where you live, the people you live with, your personal life, and then your 6th house where you have Saturn. Saturn is just here now by itself because Jupiter moved into Pisces on the 29th. So 6th house is the kind of work that you do and the workplace. And, you know, it's your house of health and your house of service. Okay, and many other things, but those are like the main things. It looks to me like, you know, because you have Mars in your 4th house of your home, that if you're not already working from home, you will be, or maybe you have been working from home and you would still like to do that. Maybe that's what's going on right now, is because you know, like January 1st is right around the corner, so a lot of companies are trying to make plans, you know, how they're going to start out the new year. It looks like a lot of people are still going to be remaining at home for now, and that's probably the best thing. Okay, if this isn't work-related, it may be health-related. Maybe you are staying home. It could even be like in quarantine or something like that, just out of safety. At a precaution. It doesn't look like it's too serious. This is a sextile, which is nice, okay, from Mars, which is a very energetic planet, okay. So maybe you are actually, though, this being the house of service, maybe you are helping someone or someone is helping you with something in your home. Maybe they are helping to build some kind of structure there. You know, maybe you have a friend that knows how to do stuff like that, and they're helping you by doing something like that for you. And in return, you're either paying them or you're going to be doing something for them. Okay? The house of service for me is a 50-50 thing. You have to benefit in some way or other, or people will just keep trying to get you to do stuff for them, you know, and they'll like never stop. Okay. On Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 5th house trines Uranus, transiting in your 9th house of Taurus. So, okay, we're back to your 5th house of fun and romance and creativity and amusements of any kind, right? To your 9th house of like long distance travel and communication, and having the planet Uranus here. This is the house of higher learning and travel, long distance travel, but it's also like space travel. And as far as higher learning goes, and this is also the house of adventure. So I'd have to say, with having Uranus here in the 9th house, a lot of things in your life have changed as far as your interests in, you know, travel and even your philosophy. Maybe you're attracted to different kinds of cultures and stuff now. But to me, it looks like maybe you're going to be doing something for fun that actually turns out to be like a bit of an adventure. It could be educational, even in a roundabout way, even though that's not what you were looking for. Let's put it this way: no matter what your age, maybe you are going to do something like go to space camp. Okay. So for Libra, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 4th house conjuncts Venus, also in Capricorn in your 4th house. And on Thursday, December 30th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 4th house conjuncts Pluto, also in Capricorn in your 4th house. You have these transits going on in your 4th house of your home and your family. It's where you actually physically live, the property surrounding it, the people you live with if you don't have family or a roommate, even if you live alone possibly. This is your personal life and your childhood and your past and whatever. Okay, so Mercury conjunct Venus, you know, I'd have to say it could be just pleasant conversation with, you know, among guests possibly at your home. Maybe you are having people over for the holidays. Maybe you were chosen to actually host some kind of party, even though it wasn't really your idea. It could have been like kind of like a last minute thing, And that's what's going on right now. But this is light-hearted conversation, usually, Mercury conjunct Venus, and not wanting to, you know, get around to anything too serious. Even if there's an elephant in the room, you know, that everybody would like to talk about, they're going to ignore it on this day. On this day. Now, the next day, on the 30th, wow, that's a completely different story with this Mercury conjunct Pluto. This is someone trying to influence your behavior in some way towards like another person or towards a certain subject or something. This is someone trying to get you to change your mind, or they're trying to talk you into doing something, possibly taking some kind of action, okay? On the very same day, on the 30th, Mars in Sagittarius in your 3rd house, sextile Saturn transiting in your 5th house of Aquarius. So this is actually pretty nice. It's like, to me, I believe it's like a road trip or an overnight trip, you know, a day trip, whatever, you know, to do something fun. Your 5th house is the house of fun and romance and creativity and all kinds of stuff. Now Jupiter just left here, okay, moved into Pisces and your 6th house like on the 29th. So right now all you have is Saturn in your 5th house, and it's like puts a little bit of a damper on your love life. You know, you seem to feel, if you're not dating anyone right now, maybe you don't feel like dating anyone right now. Like romance is the absolute last thing on your mind. Okay, can't even be bothered. Or it's boring. No matter what you do, everything is boring as far as fun goes. You're like one of those, I dare you to make me have fun kind of people. Because no matter what people do, I mean, this isn't like all at one time. This is eventually, this may possibly be how you're going to be feeling in the future. Okay, but it could start like right now, a little bit. And you may think it's the holidays or something making you feel like, I don't know, lonely or whatever, but this is a nice sextile though too, from Mars, and it does like really get you in the mood to do something fun, you know, attend a party, or again, like I said, hold a party in your own home. I don't know, just this is also like the 5th house is the house of creativity. So this is another time where you could really just be putting all of your effort into something like that. Having Saturn here does give you the ability to work long hours on something very tedious. So if you are creating something, even something that's written, or even some kind of object that you make with, you know, with your own 2 hands, it is very precise. You have the ability to slave over whatever it is for hours at a time, whereas other people would just like, you know, would not put that much effort into it. Okay, on Saturday the 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 4th house trines Uranus transiting in your 8th house of Taurus. So this is a really nice transit for being on the receiving end of some kind of family heirloom or some kind of gift that's for your home. Okay, your 8th house is the house of other people's money and resources. It's legacies and inheritances and money coming to you through means other than earning it. Having the planet Uranus here, you know, it means that there's always going to be, as long as this planet is here, there's going to be sudden and very unexpected occurrences happening in money, okay? This is the house of financial institutions like a bank or the IRS. This is money coming from legal settlements or insurance payouts, debts that are owed to you, period. Okay, now Jupiter's going to be moving here real soon. Okay, it's moving into Pisces, just moved into Pisces, will be moving into Aries, and it's moving really fast. Jupiter is moving really fast. Okay, so it will be in Taurus soon enough, and I mean, it's a really nice transit that you're going to be benefiting. And this is if you have Libra rising, okay? You're really going to be benefiting from someone else. It could be even a benefactor like that you don't even know that well. They could leave you something. You could be in someone's will that you don't even know very well, but for some reason they want you to have something or other. So this could be like when you actually receive something, or at least hear about being on, like I said, the receiving end of something really nice. Okay, for Scorpio, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your third house conjuncts Venus also in Capricorn in your third house. And on Thursday, December 30th, Mercury in Capricorn in your third house also conjuncts Pluto in your third house of Capricorn. Okay, so Mercury, first of all, is the natural ruler of the third house. This is a big communication and travel house. The Mercury conjunct Venus in your third house on that Wednesday is a real nice, like a little message possibly, or a text message, or an email, or even like a really nice card, like a belated Christmas card. You know, you still get a lot of cards even after the holiday. So it could be something like that. It could even be like a nice little gift or something, or a nice phone conversation that you have with someone. Someone could call you that you haven't heard from, or that, you know, like maybe this is the only time of year that you do hear from them. It could be, though, the beginning of a small trip, like an overnighter or a day trip. Maybe you're traveling to see someone, and this is like a road trip of some kind. Okay, now on Thursday the 30th, this Mercury conjunct Pluto. That's a little bit of a different story. This is usually someone trying to convince you of something. Your third house is your like everyday life and the people that you may encounter throughout the normal course of your day. So this could be like your neighbors or any kind of businesses that you frequent. This is also the house of siblings and cousins. Schoolmates, you know, so something like that. Somebody could try to, I don't know, they could give you news of some kind even that they feel is supposed to influence you in some way or other. This is when, this kind of transit occurs when somebody's trying to get you to change your mind, or they're trying to talk you into doing something or thinking a certain way, or they need your support on something they're going to do. So they're just telling you like all this stuff, and you know, it's not like a like you really even have to do anything. You know, I'm just saying, you know, that somebody on this day could be trying to get you to change your mind about something or do something on their behalf even. Okay, on the very same day though, on the 30th, Mars in Sagittarius in your second house sextiles Saturn in your fourth house of Aquarius. So this is very nice. Mars in your second house of income. How you earn your money means that you're like bringing in possibly a new source of income. You know, not just like your regular source. You could actually just be adding to that, but if not, you're finding some new way to increase your money, and you're pretty active in it. Mars is like a very active, hands-on kind of planet. So that's what it's doing, is it's making you go after a new source of income if you don't already have like some kind of side thing. Now this sextile to Saturn in your fourth house of your home, and where you actually physically live, and the property surrounding it, and your family, it's your family life, your personal life, anyone that you live with, means that you are investing in your home in some way or other. You are possibly buying something for your home, even if it's like a security system or something like that, whatever, that upgrades your home in some way. Okay, Saturn's the big stability factor. Okay, so that's what it is doing, is it's making your home more stable. Okay, so even if you're weatherproofing it or something or other, but you could just be buying something really nice for your home. On Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 3rd house, trines Uranus, transiting in your 7th house of Taurus. So, okay, we're back to your, your everyday life, your neighbors, your immediate area, where you would normally go throughout the course of a day. Okay, with the Sun here and Mercury being here, it just means like you're doing an awful lot of running around your own area. A lot of times it's associated with the fact that these are the holidays, and maybe that's why you feel like you're doing all this running around, but a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's planets there right now, and it's kind of like making you do this thing, even if you're just shopping or something like that. But a very nice trine to your 7th house of close relationships and partnerships. I would have to say that maybe you are getting together with, this could be a romantic partner, and this is to do something, I would have to say, in relation to like the holidays. But if this is a business partner, you could be talking about some kind of new arrangement, new contract, new way of doing something or other in regards to business. Or in fact, maybe you yourself are self-employed and you're just letting your clients know even that you're going to be doing something different in 2022 when it comes to business. Okay, for Sagittarius, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 2nd house, conjuncts Venus also in Capricorn in your 2nd house. And on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 2nd house also conjuncts Pluto in Capricorn in your 2nd house. So this is like your house of earned income, how you earn your money. And with these conjunctions from Mercury, you have to remember Venus conjunct Pluto, which I did a separate video on, so you might want to listen to that video. It's Venus conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. It's in effect up until March. That's how long this thing is going to be here. I got something in my eye. Anyway, so your 2nd house is money. It's a money house, okay? It's also your possessions, the things that you own that are valuable. It's also your personal values, though, too. I can't believe this. I got something in my eye. Excuse me. Anyway, you know what? Because the Sun is here at the same time. So this is where your focal point is right now, is money. Okay, it has been for a while, your focal point. And Pluto's been here for many years. Right, so it's even changing how you earn money. Okay, whatever kind of, even if it's like a side thing that you do, you may still have like whatever it is you've always done as far as a livelihood goes. Even if you're retired, you still have some kind of income coming in. But this could be like some kind of side venture that you have going on, and I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, but anyways, if you've ever seen this movie called Finding Nemo, okay, there's a scene in there where there are pelicans, I think it's pelicans, that are on this dock, and they see fish in the ocean, and they just keep going, mine, 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 okay, and that's what I think of when I see this, okay, that you have your eye on something that you've wanted to buy, or you dream of always having it, or maybe you've even been saving up for it, and it's like really you're very close to actually getting it right now, or it's whatever. But that's you're like a one-track mind, okay, when it comes to this very thing. It could be a couple things, but there's really one thing that you really want right now. And it's not even like frivolous or anything. It could actually be something that you need in order to move forward, like in your career, or again, this side thing, that maybe you're doing. So I believe like that's what's going to happen, especially with this Mercury conjunct Pluto. Okay, first of all, on Wednesday the 29th, Mercury conjunct Venus is actually possibly being on the receiving end of, let's say, like a belated birthday gift or Christmas gift or any kind of holiday gift or whatever. You know, you're still on the receiving end of something kind of nice at this time. Now, it could also be a raise even, you know, it's the end of the year. Companies usually give people raises like or a bonus even at the end of the year, beginning of the year, something like that. So, but Venus is here all the way up until March, so you're still going to be attracting money to you, to yourself, and also items, usually luxury items or Venus-related kind of things like art, music, beauty, anything beauty that beautifies or is beautiful. Okay. Now on Thursday, the 30th, with Mercury conjunct Pluto, this is possibly some kind of conversation. Okay. This conjunction to begin with is usually someone trying to convince you of something or other. Okay. They're trying to get you to change your mind about something, or they're trying to influence your way of thinking. And that could be the case here. It could be in regards to money. Somebody may be wanting you to spend money on something, pay for something that maybe, you know, you're not interested in even. They may be trying to sell you something even that you're just not interested in it. And but they could be quite pushy at this time. But on the same day, Mars in Sagittarius, okay, in your first house, sextile Saturn transiting in Aquarius in your third house. So you still got Mars in your first house. So you're no pushover to begin with, you know, but having this planet there, nobody's going to be able to get anything past you anyway, right? And the very nice sextile to Saturn in your third house of your everyday life, the people you would encounter throughout the normal course of a day, okay? It looks like, you know, it's like your neighborhood, your neighbors, siblings, cousins. It's the places you would like go, businesses you would patronize or something like that. So you could have some kind of, I don't know, really nice relationship, let's say like with a neighbor. It could be some kind of help with, let's say, you know, Jupiter was just here, okay, in your third house. It moved into Pisces on the 29th, so now it's in your fourth house. So all you have right now is Saturn in your third house of communication. A lot of times you may even possibly lose your voice, okay. Laryngitis is a big deal here also at the same time. Due to sixth house, though, where you have Taurus and the planet Uranus, okay, transiting there right now, and Taurus governs the throat. Third house is your voice, kind of like speaking or writing even, you know. You could actually write something pretty profound at this time that really affects quite a lot of people in a good way, okay. Prophetic, whatever, something like that. But anyway, you know, you may have problems, let's say, I don't know, with your car, some kind of transportation. Maybe not on this day, but maybe in the future. Maybe it's a big car that you're wanting to buy. You know, maybe you need a new set of wheels or something to get around. And up until that time, you may need help with, like, maybe a neighbor driving you here or there, or a sibling or something like that. You know, just not all the time, just every so often, or maybe even just this week, you know, that you might need help with transportation. And you should get it. You know, it's a very nice sextile. It's a sextile from Mars to Saturn. Okay, so on Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your second house trines Uranus transiting in your sixth house of Taurus. So this is what I was talking about with, you know, the kind of work that you're doing now with the planet Uranus in your sixth house of the very kind of work that you do is really changing. Okay, it's probably a little bit unusual or something different than you've ever done before. Taurus does rule the throat, so you are making money, even if it's just on the side. with your voice, either singing or doing voiceovers, or you're speaking, or something or other like that. It could be anything, but Taurus is ruled by Venus, so it's a Venus related possibly like new line of work. You know, it's related to the arts, to music, filmmaking, theater, dance, anything like that. So you know, very, again, a nice trine from your second house of earned income to your sixth house of the kind of work that you do. So obviously somebody is this could be a raise period, okay, in whatever work you do. But yeah, it looks like some kind of side venture that you were doing that you would like to be your main source of income is really starting to pay off. This is money coming in from possibly that side source, not like your main source, or it could be so good that right now your side thing, side hustle, whatever, is now becoming your main source of income, and you can get rid of your desk job or whatever the hell it was that you used to do, right? Okay, so for Capricorn, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your first house conjuncts Venus, also in Capricorn in your first house. And on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury again in Capricorn in your first house conjuncts Pluto, also in your first house of Capricorn. So these are really nice conjunctions. Okay, now the first one on Wednesday with Mercury conjunct Venus means that you're having a very nice, pleasant, even sweet talking kind of conversation with somebody right now, okay? This combination of these two planets together usually means that you just are not in the mood to discuss anything too heavy or serious, no serious topics of conversation right now. You just want to, like, you know, have fun or keep it light or whatever. But you could actually discuss your feelings, your true feelings with someone, how you feel about them as far as romance goes even. Or somebody could do this with you, and you could actually be on the receiving end of like a very, very nice birthday gift, holiday gift, something or other. But, you know, this Venus is going to be in your sign up until March, so you're like the apple of everybody's eye, okay, right now. I've said before that you will be beating them off with a baseball bat. Can't even leave your home without people just so entranced by you, okay? Anyways, on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury again conjuncting Pluto in your first house. Now, it's a little bit of a different story, because what this is someone trying to use their influence to get you to change your mind, or you may be doing this to someone else. You may be using your powers of you know, this whole Venus thing that you have going on in your sign, being alluring and everything and mesmerizing people. You may be trying to use that for selfish reasons, which is something you are not ever supposed to do in regards to Pluto. Okay, because Pluto governs large groups of people, okay, the masses, okay, masses, large groups of people. And when you are given power to do something, okay, and you use it selfishly, but it's something that you could use to benefit many, many people, but you're like, who needs it, you know? And you just keep it for yourself, it usually turns on you in some way or other, okay? It backfires. So I'm just telling you right now that if you're trying to talk somebody into, and this could be romantic, okay, into, I don't know, running off with you, or, which maybe wouldn't be bad, but maybe it's not a good thing right now. Or, you know, something or other. You could be trying to talk someone into doing something or changing their mind about something, influencing them in some way, or vice versa. Somebody could be trying to do this to you. Okay, on the same day, the 30th, Mars in Sagittarius in your 12th house, sextile house Saturn, transiting in your second house of Aquarius. Okay, so now Jupiter has left your second house and is in your third house now of Pisces. So all you have is Saturn in your second house of income. Okay, so you may notice like it's going to start drying up, you know, your income. Maybe you are laid off from work now, you know, that's how you're starting off the year. Or, you know, or whatever job you do have, you know, there's no new raises coming, no new this or that, or possibly your hours are changed or cut or something or other. But you have Mars in your 12th house right now that is helping you behind the scenes. Okay, Mars will be moving into your first house soon enough, right, like in January. So right now you are, maybe you were looking for something else anyways. You know, while Mars is in your 12th house, you're doing a lot of stuff in secret. So maybe you already knew that, you know, you should probably find some new source of income or a new job even, and that's what you've been doing, because this is a sextile now. This is a very nice sextile to your second house of earned income. So you've done something or are doing something that is stabilizing your life in some way or other in regards to money, but you're not really really like letting everybody know about it. It's you know, it could be even something, you know, that somebody offers you a position but no one's allowed to know about it just yet. Okay, on Saturday, January 1st, the sun in your first house in Capricorn trines Uranus transiting in your fifth house of Taurus. So that's really, like, your fifth house is the house of romance, okay? Having the planet Uranus here means that, I don't know, you could possibly be having an affair, or you are seeing someone younger or older than you. You are attracted to somebody completely offbeat or completely different than what you're usually attracted to. But this is a nice trine from your first house of yourself, your personality. So they're bringing out the best in you. Whatever it is that you're doing for fun or for romance or for creativity, it's really, really bringing out the best side of your personality. Okay, so for Aquarius, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 12th house conjuncts Venus, also in your 12th house in Capricorn. And on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 12th house conjuncts Pluto, also in your 12th house of Capricorn. So all this stuff is like happening behind the scenes. Okay, now I did do a video on the Venus conjunct Pluto in Capricorn. And so that's going to be in effect up until like March. So you have all these other planets here, though. You have Mercury here right now making the conjunction, okay, and even the Sun. But 12th house is the house of secrets and actions taken by you or someone else behind the scenes. It's like getting help or giving help, charitable help even, to other people. But, you know, with this Mercury conjunct Venus, I'd have to say this is possibly like a secret romance maybe that could be going on, because this Venus conjunct Pluto is in effect for such a long time that something like that is either developing or has already developed, or you are involved in some kind of really neat creative project that you really don't want anyone to know about. You could possibly be learning something that you know, you're going to spring on everybody whenever you feel like it, whenever, you know, but you could but it's something Venus related. Okay, so it's usually dealing with the arts or something fun or pleasant, whatever. But, you know, on the 30th, Mercury conjunct Pluto, though, in this area, this, I always say, just having Mercury in your 12th house makes you like a bit of an investigator. These two planets together, though, usually bring about someone trying to influence you into changing your mind or influence you into taking some kind of action. They may want you to believe something that may not even be true. Could be some kind of gossip or whatever. But it could be a secret even that you stumble across at this time while you're just like checking things out. You know, you could accidentally not even be really investigating someone or whatever. Okay, but you could just stumble across like some pretty powerful information or secrets at this time. Also on the 30th, Mars in Sagittarius in your 11th house, sextile Saturn in your first house of Aquarius. Okay, so now Jupiter has moved into your second house of Pisces. So now you have Mars in your 11th house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. Your friends and acquaintances, any kind of organization that you belong to. It's your most sociable house. Okay, so you're a little bit more in contact with people than you have been. It could be because of the holidays, but it's also because Mars is here. And any of your friends, maybe even new ones that have possibly come into your life like recently, are enhancing your personality in some way or other. They're bringing, well, because you have Saturn in your first house, okay, they're stabilizing you in some way or other. You're possibly even joining an organization that does something like that, or a group that helps you in some way, even if it's like, let's say like a support group, you know, something like that for whatever, like something that you feel you need help with. So that could actually be going on also at this time with all this stuff going on in your 12th house, okay, where you're seeking some kind of help. Okay, on Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 12th house, trines Uranus, transiting in your 4th house of Taurus. And your 4th house is your home life, okay, your family, but it's actually where you physically live and the property surrounding it. A roommate, you know, people you live with, or even if you live alone, it's your personal life. And having the planet Uranus here means that there's sometimes a lot of unexpected events occurring within your personal life or your home life, or that affects your living arrangement in some way or other, or the people you live with, or your family. Family just, you know, family members possibly just acting up. But now, at this time, this is a very nice trine from your 12th house. Okay, so I would have to say that maybe you do have someone helping you when it comes to family, or someone that you can go to talk to about very personal matters, you know, of some kind. So maybe it is something like therapy, okay? But it's in regards to your family. Maybe that's what the problem is that may be bothering you. Okay, for Pisces, on Wednesday, December 29th, Mercury in Capricorn in your 11th house conjuncts Venus, also in Capricorn in your 11th house. And on Thursday, the 30th, Mercury again in Capricorn in your 11th house conjuncts Pluto, also in your 11th house of Capricorn. So on Wednesday, that Mercury conjunct Venus is having like either a lot of really nice, pleasant conversations, or just attending or being out with your friends. It's, you know, just a place where you would normally hang out at. You know, maybe you're seeing your friends face to face. If not, you could possibly just be online on social media. But Mercury conjunct Venus usually brings about pleasant conversations and the unwillingness to take part in anything very serious or negative conversations. Okay, yeah, and they want to talk about fun stuff or anything lighthearted. Okay, so on Thursday, the 30th, with Mercury conjunct Pluto, this is, you know, your 11th house is your house of your friends. Okay, and any kind of group or organization that you hang out in or belong to. So this transit is usually someone trying to convince you of something, even if it's gossip, you know, even if it's not the truth. They're trying to get you to change your mind or influence your way of thinking in regards to someone or something. Okay, so you just have to keep that in mind, that there's someone, I don't know, trying to, or in your group of friends, there could be just like one person there trying to get you to all do something, you know, join or be part of something that you guys aren't really, you know, up for, whatever. On the very same day, Mars in Sagittarius in your 10th house, sextile Saturn transiting in your 12th house of Aquarius. So you now have Mars in your 10th house of your career, okay? Your career and your public persona, how you're known by reputation, professionally and personally. So having Mars here means that you're like really getting an awful lot of attention right now. And if you were up for an award of any kind, or there's some kind of competition possibly going on here, or someone is even just competing with you, even though there's no competition. You know, they could be like a little bit jealous that you're getting a lot of attention right now. Okay, so that's all this is. You know, I mean, you have Saturn in your 12th house. This is of secrets and behind the scenes, hidden matters, you know, so it's not like really out there, but somebody, I believe, could pay you like some kind of really nice compliment, or say something really nice about you, like on social media, or make a really nice post about you for everyone to see, that secretly makes you feel like justified, like, yes, you know, they validated you in some way or other, you know. That, I mean, it's a little bit more than a pat on the back. It's something, it's a pretty big deal, but you're kind of like not letting on that it is actually a pretty big deal, that you feel that somebody actually noticed something like that about you. Finally, you know, you knew it was there, but you can't believe that someone else actually kind of got you. You know, they get you, they understand you. Okay. On Saturday, January 1st, the Sun in Capricorn in your 11th house trines Uranus transiting in your 3rd house of Taurus. So this is really nice. Okay, the Sun in your 11th house again of your friends and your most sociable house, with a very nice trine to your 3rd house of communications. Okay, local travel, regular. This is regular postal mail, email, voicemail, telephone conversation, in-person conversation. But, you know, it almost looks like possibly there's some kind of event happening in your own area. 3rd house is local, okay, local neighborhood and local area that maybe you're going to be attending, or there's some kind of like a gathering or something or other. But it's a little bit different. To me, it looks like it's revolving around the holidays, because it's not something that happens all the time. But you'll either be invited to join, you know, some people or your friends, or could possibly even just hear from like an old friend, somebody from your past, even that you haven't heard from in a long time. And a lot of times, like I said, it's because of the holidays, but it's also because of these transits right now. So I hope everyone enjoyed their astrological forecast for this week. Be sure to check out my monthly forecasts. I have other videos coming out. Let's see, what else? Oh yeah, I'm changing some of my fees on my website, so everything's going up a little bit. Hey, that's the sign of the times, right? And that's about it that I can think of. Okay, anyways, I'll see you guys next week. Goodbye.